Ndinonzwa kufara nokuti ndatora chitupa chekumozambique. Last time takambotora tikavhotera purezidendi wekumozambique, takavhotera kuno kune mamwa, saka iko zvinozve tinovimba kuti tichavhotazve tigoendawo kundoodhawo tiwana zvinhu zvemozambique.
Ndafara zvikuru nechitiko chaitika ichi. Ndavawo nechitupa chekumozambique, ndakwanisawo kundovhota kumozambique, ndakwanisawo kuenda kunohodha ndichidzoka kana kutora passport chaiyo kumozambique ndava.
Dear Dom, my Mozambican brothers, the constitutional court of your country is not the only thing that you have to worry about. You also have to worry about ZANU PF rigging your elections. But now the constitutional court also added salt to the wound by actually declaring Daniel Chapo the winner of the election. What is funny is that they only tweaked the results by the certain percentage, like removing him from 71% to 65%. Now, what this means is that the results were already compromised. If the percentage can be resulted in an error way, then that means that the vote or the count was compromised. At a point where election votes or every vote or a vote is compromised, I mean, at a point where votes are compromised, it automatically means that the constitutional court or any court on that particular matter should order the IEC or the electoral commission to immediately set or start another election rerun within 90 days according to most constitution, and I believe that also applies in Mozambique. But in this case, they didn't. In fact, they went ahead and pronounced Daniel Chapo as the winner, and also ignore the fact that there was rigging that was induced by foreign bodies or neighboring Zimbabwe, ZANU-PF. But what does this mean, though, for the Mozambican society? What it means for you or the people in Mozambique, it automatically means that since this is a constitutional court ruling, the government now has power to use lethal force or any particular type of lethal force in the name of protecting the rule of law or in the name of protecting the constitutional court ruling, because it is binding. I mean, courts are binding at the end of the day. So in this case, they'll use it as to legitimize the force that they're going to use to crash down your protest. However, the only way to defeat this result or this ruling is one. It's either Mozambicans double down their protest, and or the Mozambicans who are part of the law enforcement will also have to join the protesters. In that case, it will render Daniel Chapo and the Frelimo government useless because they would have no one to use. That would force them immediately out of power. However, in a case where that is not possible, the Mozambican people would now have to use other alternative measures. The law enforcement, remember, there are people that exist within your society. They have kids, they have families, they have houses, they have property within the society. If you target them where it hurts the most, it can discourage them from participating in that particular protest, because you know where these people stay. They stay with you in society. And besides, what affects you also affects them at the end of the day. That's one thing that we've been trying to tell these soldiers and police in Zimbabwe, that you buy the same grocery and you use the same zig that is useless. So it's useless defending them. But moving forward, though, what the Mozambican society and Daniel Chapo essentially did to their own society, they've ruined it and they set it on a course of a civil war, like that is happening in Cameroon. What it means is that at a point where individuals do no longer trust courts or the rule of law within a country, it sets aside that society for doom, or that society, it, there's a potential civil war that is growing because people no longer trust the central government. The social contract has been broken. You can try this in any other country, including Zimbabwe. When the social contract is now broken, people will take the law into their own hands and civil war will brew. And when civil war happens, there will be more bloodshed and the country becomes ungovernable for Daniel Chapo. That's why you get militia groups. Look at the Central African Republic, for example. I don't know why is it people they don't learn. Look at countries like Chad, Central African Republic, where civil wars have started. They did not start on their own. They started because of these things. Little things like this actually promote civil wars. Anyways, check out for my next video. I'll be speaking about the current ongoing crisis of water in the city of Harare, in fact, in the whole country. But in this case, in this next video, we want to actually see who are we going to blame. Are we going